Alrighty folks, welcome back to Cray Outdoors. Today we are back in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Gonna try for some steelhead, and later on we're going to try ice fishing out on Presque Isle Bay, but we're at the steelhead streams right now. Hopefully they're hitting. The creek looks to be in perfect shape. That said, the reports we've heard said that there aren't many fish in there, but hopefully there'll be some fresh fish moving in with the ideal weather conditions today. Somehow we managed to fit everything in this vehicle. I don't know how we did it, but we made it work. We brought all of our steelhead junk and all of our ice fishing junk. Alright, well, we are now on the stream. Definitely a lot more fishing pressure on the Erie Tribs than there are where I'm from, in Chautauqua County. However, there's also more fish in the Erie Tribs, so hopefully we catch something today. I heard a somewhat encouraging report from the guys before us. They were at this hole, they were leaving, so they let us take their spot, which was nice of them. Said they're catching them this morning anyway. Alrighty, first steelhead on the pin. And a secret steelhead bait too. Hole there. Alright. Alrighty, I'd call him landed at this point. Got a picture. Can't find my phone. Yeah. First steelhead on the centerpin, so that's why it's significant for me. I actually caught that on a Berkley gulp minnow. Alright buddy, see ya. That steelhead was significant for 3 reasons. That was my first ever Erie, PA, Erie steelhead. That was also my first ever Pennsylvania steelhead. It was my first ever steelhead on the centerpin, and it was my first ever steelhead on a Berkley gulp minnow. This is what we're using for bait, these imitation minnows. We have live minnows too. Dustin and Olivia took those downstream with them, so I decided to use the fake minnows, and what do you know, they worked. I've been seeing, I don't know, these Berkley gulp minnows showing up in Instagram stories and things like that, and even some other people on YouTube using them. If I knew who, I'd give you the names, but they do indeed work. Confirmed that. This right here, these little tiny ones, that's what I was using when I caught the steelhead. I mean, this is cold water today. It's the first like 40-degree day in a really long time. So the river's been cold. The ice is just starting to blow out. So we're downsizing, using little baits. And once we head towards later spring, you can probably throw the bigger ones. But for now, we're gonna just drift these little tiny guys, which is kind of a pain because I gotta dig them out of here. And this gulp solution's gross. But yeah, Berkley gulp minnows indeed work for steelhead. Just throwing them on this tiny little hook here, floating them down the creek. There's a couple fish in here that keep chasing each other. There's a really big one and a smaller one. Keep seeing them rising over here, acting super aggressive. So I'm going to go back to my old confidence bait, big old quick fish, and see if I can get one of these aggressive fish to hit. They don't seem to be hitting, drifting anything. I don't know, they're acting really aggressive, not in terms of feeding, but in terms of just being angry. So maybe this will make them angry. You know, I stopped recording, and that's when he hits. Like I said, they're acting aggressive in here. They're not in feeding mode, but they're in chase each other and get angry mode. So why we threw on the quick fish. I only have a 6-pound leader on here, so this is the smaller one that hit it, not the big one I wanted. Oh, Olivia's got the net. The minute I stopped recording, always the minute I turned the camera off, I filmed my first cast and I was like, you know what, I'm running low on battery by now probably. Don't break off my lure now. Them things aren't cheap. Nice. Cool. Thank you. That's a bigger one. Wow, that's way bigger than the last one. Yeah. Awesome. Can you get my picture? Yeah, that one's way bigger than my last one. Super cold water, and these fish are still aggressive enough to hit lures. There we go. Get out of there. Cool. Alright, let you go, beautiful. Cool. Awesome, thanks. Alright, Dustin's finally on. He's got out a jumper too. And of course it stops jumping as soon as the camera turns on. Nice. Nice. Wow, beautiful fish today. Yeah, my first one was the only not super pretty one. That one wasn't ugly.
Oh, that felt good.
Just didn't have the
that
colors.
Was a jumper.
I know.
That jump like
I know. Yeah,
times.
it's the minute that he stopped jumping as soon as the camera turned on. Yeah, I wish I got that thing jumping on film. That's the jumpiest.
Jumps, yeah.
That might be the jumpiest steelhead I've ever seen.
That was something else. I for sure thought he was gonna come off head shaking like that. That was something else.
Pachoo.
Yeah.
Pachoo. Pachoo. It's like someone was hitting the X button.
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
He's gone.
Well, so much for the Instagram story release. Beautiful fish, man. There goes the skunkin'. Sweet. Well, we're calling it a day on the Steelhead tributaries. We're now going to head to Presque Isle Bay, attempt some ice fishing, and we'll see. If we do really well, that'll be a separate video. If we just catch a few fish, I'll tack it onto this video. And if we catch nothing, then this will be the end of everything for today. So we'll see how we do. Oh. Alright, well, heading out on Presque Isle Bay. Shore ice looks a tiny bit on the sketchy side, but I've been out on Alright. Well, to save on space, we didn't bring the full-on gas auger today. Dustin does have a pretty cool little setup right here.
That's not a good sign.
Nice. Alright, first fish of Presque Isle Bay ever. That's a little bit bigger than Chautauqua perch anyway. Step above Chautauqua perch and Quaker Lake perch. Still far from keeper size, but it's a step up. Oh, look at it. He's got teeth marks on him. He's got teeth marks on him. Get them tip ups set up.
Oh, man.
We got pike. Alrighty, folks. Well, I didn't film it because I assumed it was going to be a dink perch. We got the shanty set up now. And just caught my first smelt of the year. It's actually my first smelt in years. So, yeah, I think it's my first smelt since college. Cool. Alright, cool. It's a good sign if we're catching those, too. That means, I mean, these things are freaking candy for everything.
Yeah, oh my goodness, yeah.
I'm almost debating whether I should keep it for a tip-up or throw it back.
I'll throw it on one if you don't.
Alright, well, we're starting to do some multi-species fishing here. Olivia just got a little white perch. Or is that a silver bass?
Oh.
Or white bass? Is it a white bass or a white
I don't
perch?
see a stripe. I think it's a...
This stripe. Look right here.
I know, it's too young for me to differentiate that one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when they're young. From here, it looks like a...
Looks like a white bass, but...
I think it's a white bass, but yeah, it's hard to differentiate when they're that small and young. I don't know, guys. Let us know if this is a white perch or a white bass. I mean, the easiest way is to call it a silver bass, which is the general term that people use for both species. So we'll call that one a silver bass. Now we got our first flag. We're assuming wind flag, but we haven't had a wind flag all day, and it's been darn windy all day, so we'll see what's going on with it. Might behoove you to just give each of your tip-ups an up and a down, because that brings in the fish. Sometimes I do that, and then all of a sudden they start going off. Does it look like it moved?
Not really, no.
Lame. Well, we're calling it quits. Fun time on Presque Isle Bay, even though we didn't catch much of anything. We were marking fish, but they were all tiny. Interesting thing was there did seem to be a variety of different fish down there. They're just super small and super finicky, so it wasn't too successful, but we still had a good time, as you can see. Ice is super slippery out here today. And sorry I didn't get any hook sets on film today. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm sure you guys are distracted too. We didn't get any hook sets on film today. The fish wanted to bite every time I turned the camera off, but we got some steelhead. Got my first ever Pennsylvania steelhead, and first ever steelhead on the center pin, so it was a milestone there, and it was a good time. We're gonna go check out the Trout Unlimited film tour now. It's happening right down the road from here, so that should be a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next fishing adventure.